The rain has held off, and we are ready to rock here at the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Training Ground in Marietta, Georgia. MLS Next Pro Soccer between Atlanta United 2 and Columbus Crew 2 here on the MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. We thank you for joining us. My name is Danny Wall. Let's look at the table in the Eastern Conference. It has been controlled by Crown Legacy FC for a majority of the season, and while Columbus Crew 2 have been in the top of the standings, currently in danger at 34 points with Orlando City B and New York Red Bulls 2 right behind them at the 3 seed. And for Atlanta United, they have a chance here today to work their way up the standings, since NYCFC 2 is currently standing at 26 points, Atlanta United 2 with 24. A win today could project them up the table in the Eastern Conference. Both teams want to bounce back after taking tough losses in their previous appearances. For Atlanta United 2, a 4-2 loss to Huntsville City, and for Columbus Crew 2, a 6-2 loss earlier in the week on Tuesday against Philadelphia Union 2, trying to turn things around here before the month of July comes to a close. Looking at the starting 11, first for the home Atlanta United 2, led by head coach Steve Cook. It's been a tremendous season for midfielder Nick Firmino. Scored goals in the previous 2 games, and that is why he is tied for the Golden Boot with 12 goals on the year, along with Orlando City B's Jack Lynn. He'll be in the midfield, and keep an eye out for Jackson Conway as the striker with Luke Brennan on his right. Also, Justin Garces getting the start between the pipes. Now for Columbus Crew 2, in their last loss against Philadelphia Union 2, goalkeeper Stas Lapkus picked up a red card in the opening minutes, so he will have to serve a 1-game suspension. Brady Scott will make his 12th start in between the pipes, and Noah Fusan had a great game in the last outing. He scored both goals in that 6-2 loss against the Union 2. Got a brace. He had 6 goals on the year, looking to lead this Columbus Crew 2 side to victory as well. For Columbus Crew head coach Laurent Courtois, he said that there's multiple lessons to learn from that 6-2 loss, but he was proud of how his team was resilient and played in the first half, pretty much being down a man, not alone that, but being down a goalkeeper in a sense as well, and just managed to have a 2-2 tie, at the half, and then things kind of got out of hand in the second half. As you see Crew 2 making their way on the pitch in their yellow kits. They travel to Atlanta at 10-6-2 on the year. 34 points, third in the Eastern Conference. 4-4-1 on the road, facing the Atlanta United 2 side that's 6-8-5, 24 points, 10th in the Eastern Conference. However, all 6 of Atlanta United 2's wins have been at home. However, now playing at the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Training Ground here in Marietta. The field at Fifth Third Bank, where Atlanta United 2 normally plays their home matches, will determine to be unplayable last week, and it is still unplayable, which is why we are at the training grounds in Marietta. See Atlanta United 2 be rocking their home black kits with red stripes, as we are moments away from getting this matchup underway. And the important thing at this point of the season, just being able to get these games in. There have been numerous weather delays and all sorts of things that have delayed or even postponed matches over the last couple of weeks. Credit same goes to Columbus Crew 2. They were supposed to play against the Union 2 on Monday, but due to inclement weather, they had to delay the matchup by a day. Then lost that matchup against Philadelphia Union 2, 6-2. However, Coach Courtois extremely confident in the way that this team can bounce back after giving up the most goals they've given up this season. This will also be the second matchup this season between Columbus Crew 2 and Atlanta United 2. That resulted in a 2-2 draw, and then Columbus Crew 2 would win the kicks from the spot 6-5, picking up the second point. Also, for Columbus Crew 2, this will be the second consecutive match that they will be without Dubron Rayo. Had a personal matter to deal with in the Union 2 match. It was unavailable and is still unavailable here tonight against Atlanta United 2. Was not listed in the reserves. Now, for Atlanta United 2, they have not won a matchup in the month of July. So they want to finish off this month on a high note, along with the previous 4-2 loss to Huntsville City, a 3-2 loss to Orlando City B, and a 3-1 loss to Crown Legacy FC. Head coach Steve Cook understands that it's a young team, and you get this part of the year, you have to find some consistency, which is challenging for every team in MLS Next Pro right now because of the numerous injuries that the first teams will have, and you have player movement that can make it challenging in order to find some consistency. However, the 3 keys for 3 points by head coach Steve Cook for Atlanta United 2: be dominant in the attack, knowing we can score goals, impose ourselves in the game defensively, and show what we are made of when the chips are down a little bit. So want to see how resilient this squad can be after having a tough month of July. For head coach Laurent Courtois, his 3 keys: getting on the same page in moments, or in the entire game compared to just moments they had in the last game. Trust the process, and also dig a little bit more and do a little bit extra, whether it in terms of possessing or recovering. Do the extra work. Our officials for tonight's matchup: Laura Rodriguez, our head referee, Hillis Waddell III, and Melissa Gonzalez, the assistant refs, and Amin Hadzik, our 4th official. So we'll see how playing on a different field, a training ground, will help Atlanta United 2, was now already playing a match on the pitch earlier back against Huntsville City. Both sides take the pitch. This is going to be a unique matchup as well, considering playing on the training grounds, not really an area for spectators to have patrons in stands, but nonetheless, the rain is gone, and we are underway in Marietta. Columbus Crew 2 in the yellow kits, Atlanta United 2 in their home black kits with red stripes, gold numbers on the back. Columbus Crew working out of a 4-3-3 formation. Bounced around to Atlanta United. And taken away, Luke Brennan, who will send it to the back line. Trying to find Nick Firmino leading up front on the near side. Knocked out of play by Chris Rogers, the right center back for Crew 2. Atlanta United in a 4-2-3-1. Jackson Conway could not hang on, taken away by Crew 2. Marco Micheletto, now it's sent back to Brady Scott, the Crew 2 goalkeeper for the match tonight. That's going to be the battle throughout this matchup between the midfielders for Atlanta United 2, Nick Firmino, and for Columbus Crew 2, Marco Micheletto. Both have been able to lead their respective sides throughout this year. So this matchup initially supposed to begin at 7 p.m. this evening. Wonder how the extra time will help for each side. A chance for Columbus Crew 2, trying to keep it in play. Good defense from Atlanta United 2. Take us to our first corner kick of the match for Columbus Crew 2, and it'll be Coleman Gannon. 2 goals and 3 assists on the year. Going to tee this one up. Forced corner for Crew 2, off the head and just goes left. And Marco Micheletto was waiting inside the 6. And right on cue, Micheletto trying to lead this Crew 2 side early. You see him on the left side of your screen, getting off of the defender. It was off the head of another Crew 2 teammate and was just off for Micheletto. That's going to be another thing for both these sides. How aggressive will they start the match off? That opening 15 minutes, always a feeling out process. Garces, couldn't lose it in the 18. And sent out of play again, a second corner kick for Crew 2. Justin Garces, the starting goalkeeper, in his 5th match on the year for United 2, has 20 saves, 1 win, 2 losses, and the tie on the year. Goes outside on the set piece. Inside the 18, punched out by Garces. And recovered by Atlanta United 2. Stuart Ritchie. Left center back with it, now over and finding Chris Rogers. Ritchie going wide on midfield. Clay Holstad over to Rogers. Crew 2 working through their back line, now trying to build up. Right over to United 2. Aiden Torres advancing up the pitch, now across midfield. Has Luke Brennan. Brennan on the near side. Still has it at the wing. Brennan now in the box, deflected out of play. It's the first corner kick for Atlanta United 2. Even though United 2 has not won a match in the month of July, head coach Steve Cook said that there have been various players that have stepped up in terms of leadership. And it's been a little bit different throughout the season where you have younger players trying to find that leadership role. He said, it's not like having Brad Guzan, a veteran from the Atlanta United first team side, being able to, lead these young players. At this point in Next Pro, players need to step up individually. The corner kick deflected out down the pitch. First corner unsuccessful for United 2. Johnny Fortune tried to get it in the middle of the field. So even though Atlanta United 2 having to play on their training ground, they know this pitch very well. Atlanta United 2 and the first team as well training on these fields. Bounce around through midfield. Atlanta United 2 trying to recover. There's a foul. Sean Lanza sending it back. Now rotating on the far side. Firmino going to send it back. Got to be careful of Crew 2 threatening. Deep pass down the pitch across midfield. Firmino gets there. Surrounded by two Crew 2 defenders. There's a takeaway. Man goes down, and there's another foul. That's Noah Fuson, striker for Columbus Crew 2 in his 6th-team start this year. So the free kick for Crew 2. Marco Micheletto standing by along with Giorgio DeLibra. Micheletto restarts it. Tried the break pass for Firmino. Final third for Crew 2 inside the box, and it's sent out by Atlanta United 2. Here comes the counter for United. Brennan trying to get past Richie. Richie gets there in time and sends it to Brady Scott. Got to be careful for Crew 2. Building the pressure from Atlanta. So for Columbus Crew 2, having their last match against Philadelphia Union 2 being postponed a day definitely shifted the training for Crew 2 in preparation for Atlanta. Head coach Laurent Courtois mentioned as United recovering possession. Coach Courtois mentioned that the main focus in training was, really changed and really shifted. They trained after that 6-2 loss. And then on Wednesday, modified and distinguished the starters and especially worked on passing. As the ball is thrown back in for Atlanta United 2. Fortune advancing. Jackson Conway. Send it back to midfield. United 2 working near side now. Lanza sends it back to Noah Cobb. Cobb making his 11th start. Micheletto deep down the pitch, and Garces quick throw out. On the far side, heading towards the wing for United 2. Still in the final third. Firmino has it. Firmino goes down the pass at the wing again. Here's a cross header. No, goes right. And looking for Firmino inside the box. Looking at this one again, you had the dummy with the first defender faking it for Firmino on the backside. So you know where these passes are intended for, trying to get Firmino involved. Take away United 2. Brennan has it on the near side. Two defenders tracking him down. Brennan tried to cut inside and draws a foul. Free kick for United 2. Luke Brennan, another name to keep an eye out on the pitch. In the right wing position, making his 18th start. Has been a part of every match this season for United 2. 17 shots, 6 shots on goal. 2 have found the back of the net and has also assisted on 3. Brennan, one of those players leading the way as well from a leadership perspective. Aiden McFadden will take the free kick. On the right side of the 18. McFadden on the free. And it's pushed out by Scott. Brady Scott getting up there and getting hands on the ball. Another chance for United 2 into Firmino and just off. These few possessions, trying to get Firmino in position. He's taken the most shots this year for United 2, 45, with 18 on goal. So that tells you right there, 18 shots on goal. He has 12 goals on the year. He's pretty efficient. Columbus Crew 2 just a bit strong on that pass up the pitch. United 2 with the takeaway, similar to Garces. Back to Garces again. Noah Cobb. Nowhere to go. Good pressure by the Libra for Crew 2. Deep pass by Cobb. What a ball. And it has Brennan, but offside. That was a tremendous setup by Noah Cobb, the right center back. Definitely seen some aggressive looks here from Atlanta United 2 in the opening minutes of the half. Good passing from Crew 2. Too far, and it goes out of play. Deep pass by United 2. That time, Sean Lanza. Brennan tried to hang on to possession, take away Crew 2. Holstad on the pass. And so one thing that we're noticing here in the opening for Columbus Crew 2. Crew 2 has made some good passes to start, but it's just that extra pass trying to get it up to their front line. It's a little bit too strong, and it gets to the Atlanta United 2 back line. Big focus for United 2 from head coach Steve Cook was making sure the players are more accountable and responsible in terms of taking shots and trying to get in position. Coach Cook also said that trying to lay off a bit when the team is in the final third in terms of attacking. Some coaches have set pieces drawn up in different angles here and there, but with Nick Firmino in the mix, and we've seen it so far in the opening minutes, sometimes Coach Cook will just lay off and let Firmino do his thing. Let me let your players, your big-time players, make big-time plays. And that is why Firmino has been able to get a goal, or 2 goals, excuse me, in his last 2 matches. Cobb surveying the pitch. Going far side. Chance now for United 2. Eric Centeno gives it back. Long shot, and that is off the back of the wall by Jackson Conway. Conway, the striker in this 4-2-3-1 formation. 3 goals through 4 games this year. Or 4 starts, 6 games overall. Scott's pass intercepted by United 2 into the box, and they're going to call offside. So scoreless in the opening minutes. This broadcast is presented by Piedmont. Columbus Crew 2 on the move across midfield. Oh, good ball, finding Stuart Ritchie on the cross, and great save at the end by United 2. Efrain Morales slated at the last second. That would have been pressure for Garces, the goalkeeper. Now Crew 2 gaining some confidence on that attack. That was a great ball, by the way, from Stuart Ritchie. Lanza able to find Fortune. Fortune back to Cobb. Fortune down to Brennan. Final third again for United 2. Brennan, one-on-one. On the cross. Headed by Columbus Crew 2, and it's brought down by Scott. More aggressive looks from Atlanta. Crew 2 on the far side. And there's a foul. Almost a quick look to advance it up to Fuson. So a yellow card was given out. Another look here. It's going to go on Morales for United 2. Right there at the end. So it'll be a free kick for Crew 2. Morales. Second yellow card of the year. Another good look. Micheletto setting this one up. How will Columbus Crew 2 execute this set piece? Stays on the far side. High cross, out of play. The big thing that stood out for both sides throughout the first half, midway through, Atlanta United, you see Noah Cobb. He's been able to get some tremendous passes out to Luke Brennan, and that's been the main player that the back line has been trying to get the ball to. Take away by Crew 2. If you see Luke Brennan has gotten some good balls, advanced up into the final third. Now a chance here for Crew 2. Inside the 18, shot, no, just off on the cross. Offside, possession will go Atlanta United 2's way. Almost a quick change of pace for Crew 2. You see Mateo Bumberni was able to break through, had a cross, was just off getting Micheletto. So outside of Atlanta United 2 passing to find Brennan, Columbus Crew 2 has had some corner kicks, some free kicks in good field position, and even recently almost getting that ball by Bumberni. Now United 2 losing possession, Crew 2 with it. Back to Scott. Firmino threatening. Far side for Crew 2. Oh, good ball. He's trying to keep it on side. And United 2 almost sent that ball out of play. Crew 2 still has possession. Now a throw in. Crew 2 rotating near side. Here's Richie. Richie back to the middle. Taha Habrun working with DeLibra. Long shot and bounces into the hand of Garces.
Good save from Garces too, although he had all bouncing to roll it, not letting that rebound. He's had a couple of players disabled on the doorstep where he was at that.
United 2 looking to get across midfield. Working to the midfielder. Rotated near side. Sean Lanza finds Brennan. Brennan in the box. Brennan the cross. Firmino. Back to Brennan. And it's sent out. Lanza. Another shot. That time Scott with the save. More opportunities for United 2 that just didn't work out. They get to Luke Brennan again on the far side, trying to set it up for Firmino in the box. Firmino tried to go back to Brennan, and it was deflected out of play. Then a long shot outside the box that was saved by Brady Scott, and possession out of bounds. Here in the 24th minute, this broadcast is presented by Burnt Hickory Brewery. Throw in for Crew 2 in the final third. Rogers rotates over. Halstad going in the box. It was just off for Fuson. Richie fighting for the possession. Brennan, oh my goodness, what work by Brennan. Was trying to maintain possession through a sea of yellow jerseys. Habrun towards the middle, and Micheletto lost it. Pretty evenly matched first half so far between Atlanta United 2 and Columbus Crew 2. Both sides, 3 shots each. For Crew 2, 2 shots on target, just 1 for Atlanta. Final third again for Crew 2. Richie at the wing. One-on-one. Back up, Habrun. Habrun rotating in the middle, and just off on the pass, sent back to the back line. Rogers and Halstad working, now send it back to Scott. Another foul. It's been the fouls on this side of the pitch that have helped out for Crew 2, having some good locations for free kicks. Wasting no time this time around, Habrun goes back to Marco Micheletto. On the far side, and just too far ahead. Crew 2 recovers possession again. There comes Atlanta. Brennan. They send it back. Firmino. Give and go with Brennan. Back towards the middle. Working from the far side now. And Torres going near side. Here's Sean Lanza. And Torres now on the far side again. Noah Cobb in the center circle. Good patience here from United 2. Cobb didn't know where to go. Going to go near side to Lanza. Brennan turned over. A foul. So with the 9th minute, this broadcast is presented by Burnt Hickory Brewery. Throw in for United 2. Morales. Far side, Centeno. Had 3 Crew 2 players all surrounding him. So Centeno, no luck there, but it will still be possession United 2 in the final third. Fortune. Lanza cutting towards the middle. Was trying to find Brennan, but he went the wrong way. Take away Columbus Crew 2. Nicoletto in open space. Atlanta with it now. Back and forth, recovered by Crew 2. In the final third, 18 shot blocked. Great job by Garces. Coleman Gannon tried to fire one in, but that time Garces was ready. You see just that ball managed to get up to Gannon. Gannon trying to work his way through, trying to get ahead of Morales. And Garces right on target. Corner kick for Crew 2 in the 30th minute, approaching the 31st. Low and deflected by United 2. Near the far side wing. Crew 2, majority of their shots have come from that side of the pitch. Rogers goes far side and another offside call. Already a stronger first half for the side of Columbus Crew 2. Laurent Courtois, head coach, mentioned, you know, pretty much this team played down a man for the entirety of the game. Goalkeeper Stas Lapkis picking up a red card in the 6th minute. And then right after that resulted in a goal for Philadelphia Union 2. Brennan couldn't track that ball down in time. Back to Scott. Scott sends it away. Pressure coming for United 2. And that's in the box. A foul. Yellow card going to be given as well. And Eric Centeno, the left back, called for the yellow. Take a look here again. That slide in the 18. 4th yellow card for Centeno this year. So keeping up with the yellows so far, it's been the back line of Atlanta United 2. Morales with 1, Centeno with 1. No yellow cards given to Columbus Crew 2. A disciplined style of play for the side of Laurent Courtois. Fuson is out of harm's way. Pressure coming once again from United 2. You can just tell that there's a big focus on defense in training this week for Crew 2 after giving up 6 goals on Tuesday afternoon. Deep ball off the head of United. And out of play, possession stays with Crew 2. Micheletto. Midfield advancing. Micheletto fires! Oh, just rolls left. A quick shot from the captain, Marco Micheletto. Take a look again. Got the quick pass right back. And what a strike there. Micheletto is 37th shot on the season. Bunbury is going to quick give and go, back and forth. You can just tell after a loss like Columbus Crew 2 had, when your leaders need to step up, like Marco Micheletto. Here's Jackson Conway for United 2, touches one up to Brennan on the cross, was trying to set up for Mino. Gannon passes far side. Micheletto gets it right back again at the edge. Inside the 18th, Fuson cuts. And that would have counted before the whistle, but an offside. The aggressiveness picking up for Crew 2. Had a quick touch from Bunbury again. Micheletto finds Fuson. Fuson cuts inside. Beautiful shot through 2 defenders and off of Garces, but a whistle, and we remain scoreless here in the 35th minute. So out of play, and Crew 2 wasting no time to throw it in. Atlanta gets it right back. Conway to Firmino. Conway on the move. And there's a foul. While we have a moment, this broadcast is presented by Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. We are here at the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta training ground in Marietta, Georgia, for MLS Next Pro action between Atlanta United 2 and Columbus Crew 2. Danny Wall on hand after a little over an hour of a weather delay. It was pouring down rain earlier this evening, and now that is cleared. A foul by Crew 2, possession United.
They've been inviting Atlanta to hit that diagonal Atlanta, but he wants to get forward from the right back position. There he's able to hit it. Got a little bit of combo play.
You can see that the passing for Atlanta has been trying to go from Brennan to Firmino in the box. Jackson Conway has gotten involved as well. Aiden McFadden will set up the free kick for Atlanta. You see 5 shots from Columbus Crew 2, just 3 from Atlanta. More of the shots on target for Crew 2. Just 1 for United 2. How will they execute this set piece? McFadden just right of the 18-yard box. McFadden the cross. Nobody home. Scott setting up a goal kick for Crew 2. And even though United 2 has taken 3 shots, 1 on target, there's been great defense from Brady Scott making saves. This is the first start for Scott in between the pipes in the month of July. So far this month, Crew 2 is going with Stas Lapkis, but having to serve a 1-game suspension after a red card back on Tuesday. Holstad advancing, now gets it right back in midfield at the center line. Micheletto on the move. Inside the 18, chance for Crew 2, sent out by Atlanta. Centeno on the far side had 4 yellow jerseys up the pitch. Now for Crew 2, rotating to Stuart Ritchie. Ritchie back to Hebron, taken away. Brennan in plenty of space, cutting towards the middle, tripped up and no foul. Taha Hebron, a great job. It's a great slide there at the end. Firmino inside the box, tried to recover possession. Out in space, Crew 2 with possession. Good ball. Bunbury. Is that going to be in the box? Just out. Right on the arc. That is going to be extremely close. Let's take a look where the foul is at. Bunbury, you see it, a trip up right at the end. But still, a free kick right atop the box is just as special as a corner, or not a corner, but a penalty kick. This is going to be a good spot for Noah Fuson. Columbus has had some opportunities. They've had more shots and shots on target than Atlanta. Can they execute? Fuson with 6 goals on the year. A brace in the last match against Philadelphia Union 2. It's a few yards shy of a penalty. Fuson, blocked by, oh, what a block by Garces. Second ball, Garces is there again. How about Justin Garces with back-to-back saves? It's a great look by Fuson, and then a second chance, third chance there by DeLibra. Right on line to Justin Garces. That has got to be a frustrating set piece for Coach Courtois' side. Even though Columbus has been more aggressive, that could have, and while some Crew 2 supporters would say that should have been a goal. Brennan rotating back, Aiden Torres. Far side, Torres sends it back. Cobb, deep ball. That time trying to find Lanza, goes back to Scott. Firmino putting some pressure up front. Correction, Centeno. Free kick, Atlanta. See if Atlanta United 2 can find one more shot here before halftime. United 2 have been building from the back with Cobb. See if Cobb tries to find Luke Brennan again. He does. Brennan, one-on-one. It's been the connection on this near side in the first, and we'll see how that will adjust going into the second half. If anything, head coach Steve Cook for Atlanta has to be pleased with the way they've been playing in the first half. Careful. Scott with the save. Firmino is threatening up front. Rigoletto finds Richie. Richie going down towards the wing, the cross, nobody home, takeaway. Atlanta. Good deflection by Taha Habrun inside the 18. Gannon, the cross, deflected. Still in play. Richie has it. The turn, Bunbury to Micheletto. Micheletto going in the box towards the end line and out of bounds. Brennan gets through again, has open space. Brennan cutting towards the middle. On the outside, in the 18. Still staying around the box. Firmino goes back to McFadden. Nothing going for Atlanta. They'll reset through their back line. Morales. Now a deep pass in the box for Brennan. Brennan finds Firmino. Firmino goes on the near side. Here's a cross. Oh, and it's deflected out. Another close look for Atlanta United 2, but the back line for Columbus in effect. Lanza. Correction, McFadden trying to hang on. And that will take us to halftime. No stoppage time. And we are scoreless at the half. Our score at the half, 0-0 between Atlanta United 2 and Columbus Crew 2 here at the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Training Ground in Marietta, Georgia. Well, folks, MLS Next Pro got to take part in MLS All-Star Week by reviving Goalie Wars. Not only did the four keepers perform at a high level, we got some unique access with the player cam powered by AT&T 5G.
First semifinal. On the left, Ben Martino. And on the right, Isaac Walker. Brought back unofficially last year. Now to popular demand. A big chance for Ben Martino now to try to tie it up. And that should do it for Isaac Walker, who is winning this first round of Goalie Wars. Now it's time for the second semifinal. Damian Loss and Xavier Valdez going head to head. Now to win for Damian Loss, and he does in overtime. Damian Loss advancing to the final of goalie wars. Isaac Walker, Damian Loss doesn't he? Put this away, he's going to, I think, isn't he? He knows the time. Damian Loss has got to go quick.
Oh,
Does he get it?
Oh my goodness.
But in all seriousness, Damian Loss has put on
The
the show.
2023 MLS Next Goalie Wars win. Yes! Isaac Walker! The new champion!
Let's go! Give me the bell, baby!
Isaac Walker, MLS Next Pro.
It's such a goalkeeper.
What a win for Crown Legacy's Isaac Walker, keeping up the superb season that Crown Legacy FC has had this year. As we wrap up our international competitions tonight, Michelle was in Salt Lake and got to sit down with Assistant General Manager from Real Salt Lake, Tony Beltran, to talk about his role with the club and how international competition can help clubs domestically.
I'm Michelle Montaigne, and today MLS Next Pro is absolutely honored to be sitting down with Tony Beltran, Assistant General Manager for Real Salt Lake. And can we just start with you describing what exactly that entire role entails?
Sure, absolutely, and a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me. So as the Assistant General Manager for Real Salt Lake, I oversee the day-to-day operations and the longevity of our developmental side. So that includes Next Pro and also our next teams, our academy teams, Real Monarchs, and our U15 and U17 academy side.
A lot of those guys who get to use this beautiful facility. What went into the decision to build this really one-of-a-kind, state-of-the-art facility?
Ambition. And I think an understanding of the roster rules of MLS. Our previous owner, Doy Hansen, saw an efficiency, and that's in collaboration with the front office, and that was that there's an obvious benefit on the cap side of having homegrown players play for your first team. And so we previously had our academy off-site in Arizona, which is also part of our territory, but bringing it in-house here in Utah allowed us the continued advantage of having all of our players under one roof. And so now, with housing the Monarchs and our academy full-time in our residential dormitory, on a given day we have the ability to pull players from each team, have them up for training, have them go down for opportunities, and do all of that instantaneously. So it's a huge advantage, it's a huge resource, and thank you so much for complimenting. It is a beautiful campus, and we are very spoiled.
No kidding. It is beautiful, for sure. But in terms of the impact you've seen it play on the field, can you talk a little bit about how it has shown up and how having all of these things under one roof has really generated value on the pitch?
Yeah, I think a really good example is reflected in our first team. And so for the last 5 years, Real Salt Lake has led the league in homegrown minutes played in the regular season. So it's a stat that I'm really proud of and our club is really proud of, and I think really just embodies what we're about, and that's development. And we've had for years a fantastic pipeline from our academy to the first team, and it's brought us great success. And now, again, in this new era with new ownership and the new resources, we're even more excited and bullish about the opportunities for our academy players coming through the ranks and beyond.
One of those opportunities, obviously this MLS Next Pro Invitational. Your second year hosting it, how does it help the club to be able to host an international tournament? What does it do for the club on the international stage?
It's a lot of fun. First of all, it's a lot of fun. And I think before speaking about the club, I'll reference for what it does to the players. As a former player myself, I think this is really important to hone in on. Look, any time you're going to challenge yourself against your international peers is really important. Important just because of the opportunity from a competitive standpoint, but also in development, having diversity in opponent, diversity in experiences, like anything in life, just propels everything forward. And so from a player standpoint, on the developmental side, I think it's wonderful what the MLS Next Pro has built here. And we're happy to be a partner in that, now and hopefully in future years. And then on the club side, again, I think it's just a great way to legitimize our developmental teams within the global landscape and to build relationships with European sides and to build future pathways and ties, and again, just to another indicator, another metric to challenge our players in a different environment.
You touched on two things there, the club side and the league side. So on that note, MLS Next Pro, only in its second year, how does what you guys have built here as an organization kind of provide a model for other clubs in MLS Next Pro to emulate?
Oh, that's, first of all, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know, I think each market is unique. And so the setup, I think what Nashville is doing and having their MLS Next Pro team off-site in a different, almost secondary market is really interesting. And so I think it depends on the makeup of the team and the locale and the community and what works there. But for us specifically, one thing that we constantly hear from all of our peers in the landscape is that they're very jealous, very envious of the opportunities that our campus provides. And that's having all of our players, and that's from the 13, 14-year-olds all the way up to the professional players, on our campus 10.5 months out of the year. And that is a huge luxury because we get so many more touch points, so many more opportunities to influence the development of all of our players. And so I think one thing this campus does really well, and one thing that other markets maybe have tried to take away from us, is the ability for this campus or a setup like this to inspire development in an individual. Because that's a real important component of teaching. It's not just conveying information and just saying words and teaching. It's inspiring others, inspiring students to take ownership of learning, right? To take ownership of their own careers. And I think our market does that really well.
Speaking of careers, you've spent almost all of your professional playing career with this club. So for you just personally, getting to be an assistant GM, getting to have a hand in helping develop these young guys, what does that mean to you?
It's very special. Thank you so much. I feel so fortunate. I definitely appreciate that this does not happen with every professional career, but being able to play the entirety of my career, my pro career in Salt Lake City, and now working in the front office for a club and for a community that really is a chief protagonist in my life is very special. Very special. So I feel so fortunate to be part of this community, and I'm so thankful that the club still wants me.
Well, for good reason. Tony, thank you so much for the time.
My pleasure. Thank you.
It's not every day we get to sit down with someone in the front office. This is Tony Beltran, Assistant General Manager for Real Salt Lake.
It was a busy week all around with MLS Next Pro clubs. Michelle and Samara have a big task wrapping it all up in this week's Rewind.
Despite the imminent weather throughout the weekend and aside all the international action going on here in Utah, Matchday 18 delivered quite the excitement. Michelle Montaigne and I are here to get you caught up on the best moments of the weekend. Now we start this rewind with great news out of LA. LAFC star goalkeeper Maxime Crépeau is back. The Canadian keeper returned to the pitch following a lengthy recovery after suffering a devastating leg injury in the 2022 MLS Cup final. Following the match, Crépeau shared what it meant to be back in action and be part of the team's 2-1 win over Tacoma Defiance.
Honestly, it's been a hell of a road, so personally I was just happy to play again, honestly, to play, to enjoy it, to have fun. That was a big part that I've missed playing, and then obviously there's a lot of ups and downs during those 9 months with the recovery process. But the fact that I've been able to come out with the guys, and to be fair, we handled well the second half where we got the result and we got the job done. We did some small adjustments, and tactically we came up on top. So I'm happy to get the 3 points with the guys because they deserve it. We worked well today, and then now it's just to carry on and to get momentum out of that camp.
Now, keeping it out west, when the top team in the Western Conference is calling it their comeback of the year, you know it's got to be a big deal. Rapids 2 goes down 3-0 at the break, but fights back in the second half with 2 goals less than 10 minutes apart, supplemented by an Austin FC 2 own goal to send this one to a shootout. That's when Adam Beaudry took over, making a critical save on the final kick from the spot to give his team the shootout victory. This is the second of 3 meetings between the top 2 teams in the West,
with Rapids 2 so far taking multiple points each time.
Now, if there's someone who's going to deliver some remarkable talking points, that's our defending champs. While Crew 2 took a 6-2 loss against Union 2, the game delivered moments we could not even make up. Just 6 minutes into the match, the Cappies went down a keeper following a foul that earned him a straight red card. Midfielder Clay Hallstad came in to replace the starting Crew 2 keeper and did an impressive job in the first half. However, the visitors took advantage of the mishap and delivered a flurry of goals, 2 of them coming from academy players David Vasquez and Luciano Sanchez.
And for the second straight week, there is a new name atop the Golden Boot race standings. With his brace in OCB's game against Chicago Fire 2, Jack Lynn sits in sole first with a tally of 12 total goals this season. This marks his second 2-goal game in the month of July alone, having scored in all but 1 game this month. Behind him sits Nick Firmino with 11, followed by 4 players who each have 10.
What a weekend. You can catch all the highlights on MLSNextPro.com and tune into Matchday 19 on MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. We'll see you back here next week. For Michelle and I'm Samara Perez signing off from Utah.
There was a new leader in the Golden Boot race for a couple of days, and now Nick Firmino scoring a goal against Huntsville earlier this week. He now has 12 as well. Look at some of the upcoming games coming up this weekend for Matchday 19. Keep an eye out for Crown Legacy FC against FC Cincinnati 2. And then on Sunday, some great action, especially in the West Coast between Tacoma Defiance and Whitecaps FC 2. New York Red Bulls 2 and Orlando City B wrap up the Matchday 19. And maybe that might be a match where Jack Lynn can retake the lead in the Golden Boot race. But so far in the first half, from Marietta, scoreless between Atlanta United 2 and Columbus Crew 2. A lot of close opportunities for the Cappies in the first half. A couple of corner kicks and even a setup to Marco Micheletto that was just off. Atlanta United had some opportunities. You see the dummy on the cross trying to get to Nick Firmino. Just did not work out. And then you see Micheletto just firing from outside the 18, just tailing left. It's only a matter of time before one of those shots by Micheletto finds the back of the net. And even here, you had the foul right outside the box on Mateo Bunbury. And Noah Fuson just couldn't get that one in. And even the second chance by Giorgio Di Libra, just unsuccessful. A tremendous job by Atlanta goalkeeper Justin Garces making his 5th start. And then you see that final shot by Atlanta at the end of the first half. So here's some of our stats so far through one half of play. The possession battle has been evenly matched 50-50. However, Columbus Crew 2, 7 shots, 5 on target in this match and 3 corner kicks to go along with it. Atlanta United 2, just 4 shots, 1 on target, 1 corner. And you see the passing, though, for both sides have been really accurate. 88% for Crew 2, 90% for Atlanta United 2. We'll see how each team comes out to start the second half as they resume play from the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta training ground in Marietta. Both sides sticking with their same starting 11, so no reserves will check in yet. However, Atlanta United keeping some of their firepower in the reserves for this game. Kareem Tamimi, one of the players to look out for. Also defensively, Kofi Tumasi might be able to provide a spark. Crew 2, Bunbury sends it out wide at the far side wing. In the box, sent out by Atlanta. So an aggressive start to the second half. One key reserve to look out for Columbus is Brent Adu-Gimafi. Adu-Gimafi actually scored the game-tying goal late in the first matchup against Atlanta. Here's the corner kick, and once again punched out by Garces. Micheletto entering the 18 and a high cross that goes out of bounds. just off with an aggressive start to the second half for Columbus Crew 2. I mean, Coach Laurent Courtois for Crew 2 mentioned how, the first time facing Atlanta, they learned their lesson because they conceded goals and had quick turnovers. And the final third again, working towards the middle, Fuson lost it at the end. United 2 trying to get through. Firmino got a piece of it. That will be possession Atlanta. Another thing Coach Courtois mentioned about Atlanta United 2 is that, hey, we know they're going to capitalize on turnovers in transition. That's what we've seen so far in the first half of this match. However, it seems that in the first half, the turnovers for Columbus have been great. Being able to take it to Atlanta United 2. A couple of turnovers turned into some timely shots. Just can't find that first goal. Brady Scott keeping it with the back line. Careful, Centeno threatening there. And look, the takeaway by Atlanta. Firmino trying to get to it. Crew 2 keep it in play. Libra handling things there for a moment. There's a foul. Nicoletto on the near side, and there's another foul. That is going to go on Atlanta. Aiden Torres. Play resumed on the far side for Crew 2. Libra, Nicoletto. Nicoletto in space. Atop the box, now inside, shot, goal! Taha Habrun breaks the scoreless tie, and it's 1-0 Crew 2. It was only a matter of time before Columbus was able to find the back of the net. Good passing. And you see there Fuson setting up Habrun in the box. And Taha Habrun, second goal of the season. Coach Courtois mentioned how Habrun had tremendous individual qualities, and it was all about making him more tactical and how to deal with the physicality. Well, he seems to have dealt with it pretty well, getting inside the box and getting the assist by Fuson. 1-0 Columbus Crew 2. Columbus had been threatening throughout a majority of the first half, had more shots and shots on target than Atlanta United 2. And finally, was able to put one in the back of the net. That was dead center as well by Habrun. How will Atlanta respond? Firmino touching it back to Fortune. On the near side wing, McFadden, high cross, off the head, no. Was just off, and here comes the counter by Crew 2. Richie got on his horse, now sending it to his back line again. Libra. Finds Coleman Gannon. Gannon down the near side. Abdirazak Muhammad. Sends it over to Nicoletto. Nicoletto fires, and it's blocked off of the Atlanta defender. Got one off of Morales. Gannon. Touches one up the pitch. Final third inside the box. Crew 2 still trying to get it. Headed by Atlanta. Outside the 18. Fuson. Shot blocked. Oh, it's right to Muhammad. The cross and the save by Garces. Goodness gracious, what a sequence. That ball deflected right to Muhammad as if it was a pass itself. And the cross saved by Garces. You got to give a lot of credit to Justin Garces in his 5th start for Atlanta United 2. He has made tremendous saves throughout this match. Centeno. Go right back to the back line. Oh, good ball. Finding Luke Brennan. Brennan. Nowhere to go. And that ball was just ahead of Brennan. Possession Columbus Crew 2. Fuson to Gannon. Gannon open real estate. Goes outside wide. Fuson touches it back in, and that goes out of play. A change in aggressiveness in the second half for Columbus Crew 2. After breaking the scoreless tie, getting that first goal, now having more confidence. On the corner kick, will stay outside the 18. Here's Muhammad. Muhammad inside the box, headed by Atlanta. Brennan, and it's taken away by Gannon. There's Holstad. You gotta wonder the thought process with Clay Holstad as he had to come in and play goalkeeper with Columbus down a man after the red card by Stad Lopkis. Final third once again. Fuson sends it in to Micheletto. Micheletto the cross. Nobody home. Almost 2-0. Could have been 2-0 Columbus, but just off on that final pass. Here's the takeaway by Holstad, getting away from Luke Brennan. Fuson. Near side, Muhammad. Muhammad all alone. Rogers lost it. Here's a takeaway. Firmino with Atlanta. Trying to dance his way through. Gets it out in time. McFadden to Centeno. Firmino. Goes wide and back a few yards. Morales across midfield. You see there on the near side of your screen, McFadden was calling for it. He's open. Pass to Brennan was just up. Holstad is there. Micheletto advancing up the pitch to Fuson. Fuson cutting towards the middle. Fuson goes out to Gannon. In the final third, Muhammad and Micheletto. Fuson tried to get it. Micheletto tried to recover. Taken away by Atlanta. There's a foul. It is taking some time for Atlanta United 2 just to recompose themselves after giving up that first goal. It's almost as if Columbus has yet to take their foot off the gas pedal after scoring the first goal. Centeno. That is deflected by Muhammad. Direction it will be possession Columbus. And now there's some confusion. Head ref Laura Rodriguez getting everything in order. Columbus on the throw-in. Inside the 18 again and sent out of play. So Columbus still threatening here after scoring that first goal early in the second half. While we have a moment, this broadcast is presented by Piedmont. As Crew 2 want to make it 2-0. The Libra now inside the 18. Habrun back out. Gannon flips one in, headed away by Atlanta, still in the box. Winding up and firing is Micheletto, and running up to make the catch is Garces. Once again, another unique sequence by Columbus Crew 2, and Garces ready that time. Morales sends it over. Deep ball. Firmino has it. Firmino tried to get past Micheletto, and he picked up a foul. That was a matchup I said to watch for in the first half between the midfielders Marco Micheletto for Columbus and Nick Firmino for Atlanta. You've seen how both midfielders have gotten their teams involved, from Micheletto to setting up passes in the 18, or for Atlanta, Luke Brennan trying to find Firmino in the box as well. But Brune, the takeaway. Here comes Columbus. Brune touches one outside the wing. In the box, another shot, goal! Coleman Gannon found his mark and found the back left corner for a 2-0 Columbus lead. Third goal of the season for Gannon. It was in the right spot at the right time. Take a look at this again. You see Gannon kind of hanging around the top of the box, able to slide over, fire with the left foot, and make it 2-0 Columbus Crew 2. Doubling the lead. And the attacking continues, and now Atlanta United 2 going to make some substitutions, bringing in some reserves. You see Kareem Tamimi going to make his way in. Play resumes. How is Atlanta going to try to find the quick goal here? That ball sent away by Scott. Reserves making their way in. So Kareem Tamimi will take over as a striker in place of Jackson Conway. And we'll also see Tony Tiente as the left wing in for a Johnny Fortune. These adjustments in the front for Atlanta should provide an extra spark offensively. Now down by 2 goals, head coach Steve Cook wants to bring in some fresh legs. Solid options for Tiente and Tamimi. Community with 5 goals on the year. Tiente has been a superb midfielder. More so known for being able to find his teammates, has an assist on the year, 8 shots. So with those 2 players into the front, it should provide a spark for Atlanta United too. Blocked there at the wing. Possession saved with United 2. How will Atlanta execute these set pieces? It's a great opportunity of some mental maturity for these young players. There's a shot that's blocked. Atlanta still has it. They'll stay with United 2. Centeno tried to keep it in play. Morales advancing up. Noah Cobb on the far side. Lanza, the cross, once again deflected out of play, and that goes off of Christopher Rogers. Not necessarily corner kicks for Atlanta, but throw-ins and good field positioning at the final third. Into the box, and Columbus right to it. Nicoletto on the move. Here comes the counter. Nicoletto almost had that ball through for Bunbury. Tiente. Going near side, Centeno. Nowhere to go. Back to Tiente. McFadden near the center circle. Going to go near side, and that ball will be onside, but out of play. Lanza did not get there in time. Now for Columbus, a bit more comfortable with this 2-0 lead. But it's also the most dangerous position that you want to be in. Still plenty of time to go in the second half. One more goal here from Columbus Crew 2 could do it and put them in a favorable position to win as Gannon goes to Fuson. Fuson cutting inside. Fuson setting on Nicoletto, or rather Bunbury, and that is over the post. Another look here. Fuson, the great ball sit in to Bunbury. Try to flick it in to no avail. Another reserve checking in for Atlanta United 2. Noah Cobb making his way out. And we'll see Alan Carleton. Carleton will take over as the right center back. It'll be unique to see what Carleton will do at the right center back, because Noah Cobb in the first half made some great passes trying to set up for Luke Brennan. Got to be careful here if you're Atlanta. The pressure is on. Columbus really looking for a turnover. Tiente tried to get it through. It's sent back. And now Atlanta will work near side. Columbus Crew 2 has yet to make their first reserve, first substitution, I should say. Possession to Atlanta. far side wing. Atlanta still has it. Brennan towards the end line and is brought down by Scott. A couple of crosses from Atlanta too, but just no clear shots. Something needs to change here in the next few minutes. Recovered by Atlanta. Firmino sends it out, now working back into the box. Shot deflected. Their handball, whistle was called. That's what Atlanta was looking for. The yellow card is given. Will it be in or out of the box? Just outside the box, the same location that Columbus had in the first half. That is almost 18 yards on the mark. 18 and a half yards, setting up a free kick for Atlanta. So a free kick chance for Atlanta to get on the board. The yellow card. Given on Rogers for Columbus. And also Crew 2 will have their first reserves check in here momentarily. Right now, a chance for Atlanta United 2 to get on the board. Nick Firmino having a word alongside Tony Tiente. Tiente and Firmino lined up. Who will take the shot for Atlanta? It's Firmino, and it's too high. Tried so hard to get that one a tad high on the shot. And shots like that don't come often. Moments where you have to convert.
Columbus Crew 2, exiting the game Tony Payne, entering the game Brent.
First reserves for Columbus Crew 2. Cole Maraca will come in for Taha Habrun. Habrun, after picking up his second goal of the season, will get a well-deserved breather. Also, Brent Adunafi in for Coleman Gannon. So both Habrun and Gannon, who scored the 2 goals for Columbus Crew 2. Heading towards the bench. Here's a chance for Atlanta. Here's a shot and another save. This time Brady Scott. That goes out of bounds. Brady Scott's had some impressive saves throughout the match. And just a good look. Just didn't work out. Muhammad off the left foot. Bunbury gets it up. Here comes Fuson. Open space. Fuson cuts over inside the 18. Working inside. No whistle. Columbus looking for a penalty. Atlanta may have gotten away with one. Now on the far side. That ball rolling back to Scott, who sails it away. Fuson Muhammad. Couldn't get past Centeno. Going back to Scott. Far side Columbus. Patience is on Crew 2's side. Bunbury couldn't hang on. Centeno has it. Firmino. Firmino working with the back line. Being that connector in the midfield. Now Firmino. Deep ball. Off the head of Muhammad. Fuson is there. Trying to find Centeno on that near side. Fadden couldn't get there. Correction, that was Torres. Now on the near side, and there's a foul. Adu Jamafi gonna have a good look right outside the box. You see there, Tony Tiente keeping his hands up, trying to say, hey, it shouldn't be on me, or it should be a yellow, but it will be. So a free kick for Columbus Crew 2 on the left side of the 18-yard box. Have Micheletto having a word with Fuson. Fuson going to take the shot. In the 75th minute, 2-0 Columbus Crew 2. Noah Fuson setting up the free kick. Fuson, second shot sailed away. First shot was a dummy. Just a pass to his teammate, got it right back and fired it high and away. Atlanta getting away with one that time. This broadcast is presented by Doubletree Suites. Columbus, after scoring that first goal from Taha Habrun, doubling their lead with Coleman Gannon's goal. So now the pressure is on Atlanta. This is one thing that head coach Steve Cook wants to see, how their team can battle back, being down. Seems like Columbus's possessions have been strong. Atlanta's had some looks. We had a good conversation this week with Atlanta head coach Steve Cook about just the player mentality. And Coach Cook had some unique sayings, one of them being that he's looking into the souls of the men rather than them as players, trying to see how they can cope with adversity and fight their way back. I mean, it has not been the ideal month of soccer for Atlanta United 2. So looking for their first win this month. Take away Columbus, they're the foul. It will be Atlanta United 2 possession. Taking some time for Bunbury to get up. Play resumes. McFadden. McFadden cutting towards the middle. Firmino with possession. Firmino tried to pass that one up, and Scott is there. Here comes Columbus on the counterattack. Adu Janafi inside the 18. Another shot. Oh, great save that time by Garces. Bunbury had a great angle on that shot. You see here, it's a good look. And rather Bunbury, that was Cole Moraka. But still, just another great look for Columbus. Crew 2 could have made it 3-0. Head of ref Laura Rodriguez having a word with Tony Tiente. Tiente has to be careful. He already picked up a yellow card in this half. It's coming in. The chance. Inside the 18, headed away. Rim Tamimi trying to find a way to put Atlanta United 2 on the board. This is one of the keys that Coach Cook talked about. What are we made of when the chips are down a little bit? Down 2 goals, entering the 80th minute of play. How can you provide a spark here or find some momentum? All it takes is a couple of good passes, and there have been some solid looks from Atlanta United 2 in this match. And there's been 8 shots taken by Atlanta United 2 overall, 2 on target, but it has been an aggressive kind of match for Columbus Crew 2. 15 shots, 8 on target, looking for more. Here on the near side to Fuson. Fuson, the cross, and just off. Almost had Bunbury for another goal. Tamimi. Near side for Centeno, taken away. Moraka. Nobody there. Possession Atlanta United 2. Time starting to run out for Atlanta United 2. Good ball to Luke Brennan. Brennan. Numbers coming. Lanza tried to get inside the box. It'll be a corner kick for Atlanta United 2. This broadcast is presented by Truist. Set pieces, extremely important here for Atlanta United 2. On the corner, still in the 18, and sent away by Columbus. Clay Holstad getting involved inside. Marco Nicoletto gets tripped up in midfield. There's a foul and the yellow. So Sean Lanza picking up the yellow. Take a look here as Nicoletto across midfield getting tripped up. Another reserve checking in. Correction, that yellow card on Aiden Torres for Atlanta United 2. Mateo Bunbury is done for this match. Mohamed Saad will check in for him as play resumes. Saad in for Bunbury. Finish this match up. Far side wing by Cross. Centeno racing towards it. Fuson sends it back to Muhammad, who sails it deep down the pitch. Tiente, burst of speed throughout the middle. Tamini, nowhere to go. There's the foul. Free kick for United 2. Keep an eye on Nick Firmino. Right at the arc. Left side of your screen. Noah Fuson covering him. 84th minute. Atlanta has it on the board. Long shot. Over to Firmino. And there's an offside. There have been some close looks that just have not been able to work out for Atlanta United 2. No handball. Atlanta United 2 wanted it. Firmino recovers. Firmino goes outside to Centeno. Centeno goes back. Torres rotates far side. Trying to find some kind of opening. Brennan advances, take away Columbus Crew 2. Atlanta recovers. Tamini, there's going to be Tiente. Now Crew 2 in open space. Good ball to Fuson. Fuson one-on-one, now one-on-two in the 18. Fuson, oh, great pass. Here's the cross, and the shot just deflected at the last second. Still alive, Fuson. Sent over to Atlanta. Here comes the counter. Tamimi, start, stops, goes to Firmino, taken away. Olstad to Micheletto. Inside, Holstad. Good patience here, DeLibra. Rotating back, now Columbus going to their back line. Rogers advances up. No foul. Here we go, Micheletto. Shot deflected. final minutes in this match. It was a tremendous first half defensively from both sides, especially for Atlanta's goalkeeper, Justin Garces. However, Columbus kept that same momentum from the first half into the second. Taha Habru scoring the first goal in the opening minutes of the half, and then Coleman Gannon following after that to double the lead. Corner kick, Crew 2. More reserves coming in for Atlanta United. Rocket Rita in. Here's a corner. Rita trying to get there. Recovered by Columbus. Still with it. Maybe a chance for one more at the wing. Threatening inside the 18. And no foul as that ball rolls out of bounds. Quick throw in for Crew 2. Tied around in the corner. And right back to Garces. Pressure here from Columbus Crew 2, just not making it easy as we enter the final minute of regulation. We did not have any stoppage time in the first half. We'll see what the case would be here in the second. Atlanta going near side to Mimi. To Firmino. Triangle passing here from Atlanta. 3 minutes of stoppage time will be added to this match. Tiente on the far side, entering the final third. Just the defense for Columbus Crew 2 has been superb in this match, especially after getting the lead. You have to give credit to Justin Garces. Had some challenging saves that he made in this match. Here comes Nana 2-4. 2-4 surrounded by a sea of black jerseys. Taken away by Atlanta. No foul from Laura Rodriguez, the head official. Bounce around back to Columbus. 2-4. 2-4. Cutting back inside the 18, taken away. Atlanta's got to act fast. Firmino tripped up. He's down, no foul. Nicoletto on the move. He hits the ground, and there's a foul. In possession, Columbus Crew 2. Firmino is still down. And throughout this match, Atlanta United 2 has played very well. The head coach, Steve Cook, talked about how the team has to be ready for specific moments. He reminds his team all the time about moments. And in the end, there's a human condition and a human spirit. The moments are all important. You have to win in those moments. So you will win and lose a game in those moments. And here's the unique thing, Coach Cook said, that you don't know when these moments are going to come by. So you have to be prepared, fully prepared to take advantage of those moments. And the moment of the match was really in the opening minutes of the second, where Taha Habru scoring the first goal of the match in the 50th. Noah Fuson with the assist. That's his 4th on the year. Second goal for Habrun. Then 10 minutes later, Coleman Gannon with the assist from Stuart Ritchie. Gannon, his 3rd goal of the season. And for Ritchie, his 2nd assist. So Atlanta will go the month of July without a win. They will officially finish the month 0-4-0. With losses to Crown Legacy, Orlando CDB, Huntsville. In a matter of moments, Columbus Crew 2 as Scott comes down with the save. And that will likely do it. Columbus Crew 2, after giving up the most goals they've ever given up this year, in a 6-2 loss to Philadelphia Union 2, on a short week as well, with that match being postponed from Monday night to Tuesday afternoon. They come to Marietta, and they will leave Marietta with a 2-0 win over Atlanta United 2. Highly aggressive performance by Crew 2. Over 15 shots taken, 16 to be exact, 8 on target. And Taha Habrun, 5 minutes into the second half, breaks the tie and gets Columbus Crew on the board. He is our man of the match, presented by Adidas. We see here Habrun, it's a great shot, able to put that one dead center in. And how about that for Habrun? And that is our man of the match, presented by Adidas. The final score, Columbus Crew 2 with 2, Atlanta United 2-0. Columbus Crew 2 advances to 11-6-2 on the year, 37 points, and will likely hold on to that 3rd spot in the Eastern Conference. Atlanta drops to 6-9-5 on the year, and will finish the month of July without a win. Hopefully the month of August will be a turnaround for this Atlanta United side, as now for Columbus Crew 2, hoping to carry that momentum into the month of August. For our entire MLS Next Pro crew, I'm Danny Wall. Once again, our final score, Columbus 2, Atlanta 0. And don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLS.
This copyrighted broadcast of MLS Next Pro may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcasted without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.